Coffee is not just a drink that people consume to increase energy and focus. It is an integral part of cultures and traditions around the world. Coffee's journey through time reflects how a simple drink can dramatically impact societies, economies, and social interactions. Origin of coffee. The story of coffee began in the Kaffa region of Ethiopia in the 9th century. It is said that a shepherd named Khaled noticed that his cattle became active after eating red coffee berries from a certain shrub. Khaled tried eating these beans and discovered their invigorating effect. So he passed on his experience to others and thus began coffee's journey towards international fame. Coffee in the Islamic world. In the 15th century, coffee moved from Ethiopia to Yemen, where its cultivation and preparation methods began. Coffee quickly spread throughout the Islamic world and became part of social and religious rituals. In Mecca, Cairo, and Istanbul, cafes opened that became centers for intellectual, political, and social debates. These coffee houses were known as schools of the sages, where scholars and philosophers would gather to exchange ideas.
Coffee in Europe. In the 17th century, coffee reached Europe through trade with the Ottoman Empire. The popularity of coffee quickly spread to European cities, and the first coffee shops were opened in Italy, England, France, and the Netherlands. These cafes became centers of social and cultural life, where writers, artists, and politicians gathered. In England, coffee houses were known as penny universities because of the small entrance fee that provided access to intellectual debate and dialogue. Coffee in America. Coffee arrived in the Americas in the 18th century and became part of the lives of colonists. During the American Revolution, coffee became an alternative to tea after the British boycott of tea. In the 19th century, the United States witnessed the emergence of cafe culture, and it spread throughout the country. Coffee in the Middle East. Coffee still plays an important role in Middle Eastern traditions and hospitality. Preparing and serving coffee is a cultural ritual that reflects generosity and hospitality. Arabic coffee, which is prepared with cardamom and served in small cups, is considered a symbol of welcome and respect.
Coffee in Latin America. Countries such as Brazil and Colombia have become some of the largest coffee producers in the world. Coffee is not just an economic crop, but is part of the cultural identity of those countries. In Colombia, coffee culture is celebrated through festivals and fairs that highlight the importance of this drink in society. The cultural influence of coffee socializing. All over the world, cafes are meeting and networking places where friends, colleagues, and families come together to exchange conversations. Creativity and thought. Throughout the ages, cafes have been centers of creativity and intellectual debate, where writers, philosophers, and artists gathered to exchange ideas and inspiration. Economy. Coffee is one of the most important trade commodities in the world and constitutes a major source of income for many developing countries. Coffee is more than just a drink. It is a cultural and social experience that spans centuries and continents. Whether you're grabbing a cup of coffee at a modern cafe in New York or sipping traditional coffee at an Arabic majlis, coffee remains a